Soften up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning.
Hey loves, welcome back to our channel. It's a girl Nan and I'm back with another Jesus video. Hey Jesus video. Hey Jesus video.
And don't believe a lie.
So y'all, today's another Jesus video because you know God, Yahweh are one in the truth, the way, the life, and the truth. Verse of the day. I don't know what verse I'm gonna put up, but let's get into it. God has really put my heart to read Galatians. I have a kid's Bible. Everything is gonna be in the Holman Christian Standard translation. So I'm gonna read my Bible, get on my notes, everything I need to do, and then I'll come back with y'all.
Deliver like a dealer, take her higher, higher. Fly out the valley and the fire. Take her.
Okay, y'all, so I'm done with my Bible, and you know, let me just speak. Galatians 1 verse 10, it says, for am I trying to win the favor of people or God? Am I trying to please people? If I were trying to please people, I would not be a slave to Christ. This also falls in to, that is Galatians 1 verse 15, but when God who from my birth set me apart and called me by grace was pleased. Okay, so let's start with that last one I talked about. We are called to be set apart. We are called to live in the world, not of it. We're not called to be the same thing as these other people. We're not. And when we get into the fact of like, oh, I don't want to say this because this, I don't want to do this because this. Again, for am I trying to win the favor of people or God? Am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a slave to Christ. Why can't you be a slave to Christ? Because you can't have two, because a man can't have two masters. You can't please people and please God. You can only please one. Because are the same people that you're worried about gonna be the same people that's gonna be judging you when you get to heaven? Are they waking you up every single morning, getting you to school safely, making sure there's no sickness in your body, protecting you? No. So why are you worried about them? You know? And if you are, say, God, take this people-pleasing matter out my heart and make me remember that you are the only person that I should be pleasing in this world. Next one, Galatians verse 1 to 12. For I did not receive it from human source, and I was not taught it, but it came from revelation from Jesus Christ. He was a vessel to Christ. If you want to preach the gospel, ask God every single morning you go to school, anywhere. I say, God, use me as a vessel. It may not happen that day, it may not happen the other day, it may happen that day. God used Paul because he said, because God, he knew that I am a vessel. This is not of me. This is of Christ. What I'm spewing out to you, when I am writing to these churches, are what God is speaking through me, what he wants y'all to know. So that's the same thing what I'm doing here. Then we have this one verse 22, oh no, verse 23. They simply kept hearing, he who formerly persecuted us now preaches the faith who once tried to destroy us, and they glorify God because of me. Y'all, you are never too far. I hear the people always make fun of God. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I used to say I used to be like, oh, you know, cussing on him, swearing on him, doing all this stuff. Oh my gosh. Peter used to kill God's children, people of God, and he still sat there and said, you will be used, because again, he picked him since birth. Why? Because God called him to a greater and higher power. You used to drink, party, have a nightlife, you got pregnant, aborted, I don't care. God will use you because what? The same stuff that you go through is the same stuff that you can lead people back into Christ with. Back into Christ. Don't think of it as, oh, this happened, I should be shameful. No, think of it like, there's people who went through the same thing as me, and they think the same mindset that I used to think before Christ gave me the new identity in him. So I can use that. I'm whispering because it's kind of late, but it's okay. Glory to be the God. Now we're going to 2. We're going to 2. Galatians 2:4. Galatians 2:4 says, this issue because of the false brothers. Basically, y'all. Basically, he was preaching to Gentiles, and yeah, that's just a little bit of backstory. It says Paul defends his gospel at Jerusalem. So this was the issue this issue arose because of the false brothers smuggled in who came in secret to spy on the freedom that we have in Christ in order to enslave us. But we did not give up and submit to these people for an hour so that the truth would be preserved for you. So, wow, that's crazy. He could have been enslaved, but he said, if the gospel ain't getting preached, I ain't going nowhere. And I said, this is how I need to be. He was so selfless. He didn't think about himself. He could have been enslaved. There was a good amount of people who wanted to him. Again, he was so selfless. And again, he was like, God needs to be heard. It literally says, we did not give up to submit to these people for even an hour so the truth of the gospel would be preserved for you. This is how we need to be. This is how I need to be when I'm walking, when I'm telling people about God. Because that's how good the gospel is. That is how good the gospel is. That he would not leave until the gospel was preached. And that's how it should be. Then 15. Who were birthed by Jews and not by Gentile sinners. 16. Now we know that no one is justified by the works of the law, but by the faith in Jesus Christ. Just because you're following everything that it says in the Bible doesn't mean that you are a follower of Christ. The way I can put faith is trust. If you don't have trust in God, you don't have faith. You cannot have no trust and have faith. Because faith means you trust God that whatever's going on, you got faith that he's going to pull you out of it. Like one of your best friends say, hey, can I borrow $10? I'll pay you back tomorrow. You're like, I know, Dad, I trust you. That's having faith in your friend that they're going to give you back that $10. That's the same way you need to be with Christ. Okay, y'all, so I'm done with my Bible study. I'll share with you guys a little bit. So what I observed from all that, they were preaching other gospels and trying to teach other gospels because they were trying to please people. Which means like they were trying to dilute the gospel or be more people friendly to it. And then also God keeps anyone and don't be a hypocrite. Like what? And I also put don't be a hypocrite. What I apply to my life, I'm gonna keep for me. But I hope you guys enjoy this video so much. I love you, but God loves you more.